Hey everybody, Jerry Roach from Cruise Planners JBR. Good afternoon. If you remember in the last segment, we talked about your stowaway bag, the bag that you can slide under the seat in front of you when you're on an airline, and the things that you should have in there getting ready for your next trip. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the luggage and how to pack, a little bit on how to pack at least. And what the most important thing that I think that you need to keep in mind when you're purchasing luggage is the durability. We've found over the years, and we've traveled quite a bit obviously, that these hard side pieces of luggage hold up the best. It does take away from some of your weight limit, there's no doubt about that. You have to keep that in mind when you're going on an airline. And depending on what type of tour you're doing, like we have one coming up that I can't use, a carry-on bag, just a one check bag. And so again, I encourage you to make sure that you research who you're traveling with and where you're going and what their qualifications and restrictions are. But as far as the bag itself, one other important factor that I think is important for you to take into consideration are the wheels. We've gone through many suitcases, even the ones that have the full swivel, didn't last. And what we found is with the swivel wheels, if it's just a one wheel instead of this dual, as you see, there's two wheels on each swivel, they can't hold up as well as these double wheeled on the swivel goes. So we're going to get rid of this for a second, but that's one of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention about the bag itself. Remember, if you are allowed to take a carry-on with you, this doesn't get weighed. So shoes, things that are a little bit more heavy, should go, if you can get it in here and get it zipped up, this is where you want to put things like at least one change of clothes, your shoes, your heavy items, because this doesn't get weighed. It's not checked in. So keep that in mind too. That's pretty important. When it comes to your check-in luggage, here again we got the nice hard-sided luggage, and we're getting ready to go on our trip. And so I want to bring to your attention some ways that will make it easier for you to travel and make sure that you have the things that you need, and point out a few things like that. First of all, let me tell you that most first-time travelers or cruisers especially, you'll probably want to pack too much stuff. You really don't need as much as you think that you will. Now, granted, Barb and I are not big-time formal night on the cruise kind of thing, so that eliminates that. When you're taking formal wear, it's much more difficult. There's no question about that. It's much more difficult and harder to pack. However, I would like you to consider taking advantage of items like this. These are made by luggage companies, and I won't say the name because they end up being cubed. Okay. By the time you put your things in here, and gentlemen, you have shave kits. It's kind of along the same idea, but it allows for easier and much more organized when it comes to putting things into your suitcase. The next big thing that I think is very important, you've taken the time, you've folded up the shirts really nice, and they're all ironed and it looks great, and you put them in the bag, and by the time you get to your destination, you open up the bag and it's all cluttered. So all that time that you spent folding your clothes and making them nice, only to arrive at your destination and they're all wrinkled again. Quick point, just a suggestion, but it works for me. Once you have them all nicely folded and neat, roll them up. You roll them up like that. That's one shirt, and it's much easier to put in here, and I guarantee you by the time you get to your destination, these will be less wrinkled than the ones that you do not roll them up. And it's okay to roll up more than one item in the same roll, but roll them up, keeps them nice and compact. It allows you to get more things in your suitcase, and it's less likely to be wrinkled when you get to where you want to be. So that's pretty much a really quick lesson on packing. The importance of your suitcases. Don't compromise. You buy the cheap cloth ones, they will rip, I guarantee you, over time. If you're in the market for new luggage, go with the hard side. Go with the swivel wheels, with 2 wheels on each swivel. And then that little tip there for packing. Use your little components so everything is nice and neat and organized in your bag. I hope this helps you a little bit. And just make sure that you follow me on Facebook at Cruise Planners JBR, and follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, Facebook, obviously, and Instagram. My website is www.4funandthesun.com, and you have a great day.